Let's make a chamomile tea, honey, and protein latte. Start with 1.5 cups of your choice of milk. Bring to a simmer, then add a bag of chamomile tea. Let steep for 5 minutes, then add a teaspoon of honey and your protein powder. Use a hand frother to mix it all in, pour over ice, and enjoy!
Recipe for my favorite non-cakey pumpkin cookies. Melt 1 stick of unsalted butter and then add 1/4 cup brown sugar, 1/2 cup regular sugar, and 1 teaspoon vanilla extract. Then take about 1/2 can of pumpkin puree and squeeze all the water out of it and use about 6 tablespoons of it to mix with the rest of the ingredients until it's combined. And then this part I don't really measure, I just add a bit of cream cheese and maple syrup because I feel like it makes it taste better. So then mix it all until it's combined again. And then for the dry ingredients, add 1.5 cups of flour, 1/4 teaspoon salt, baking powder, and baking soda. Next, 1.5 teaspoons cinnamon, and then 1 teaspoon of pumpkin pie spice, and then mix until it's all combined with the wet ingredients. And then finally add 1/2 cup of chocolate chips. If you want cookie cereal, you want to make them really small, or you can also just do regular sized cookies. They don't flatten in the oven like most cookies, so make sure you flatten them before putting them in a 350-degree oven for about 10 minutes. And then make yourself some pumpkin cereal or with some pumpkin milk, whatever you want. These are so good. Let me know if you make them, and I love you guys. Bye!
Let's make breakfast pastries. Start by cutting your puff pastry sheet into 6, scoring a border and poking the center with a fork. Then bake for 12 minutes at 360. When you remove from the oven, push down the middle, fill with an egg, grated cheddar cheese, and bacon. Then bake again for 12 more minutes. And enjoy, my love.
Too many eggs means homemade quiche. For the short crust, add 100 grams of butter with 225 grams of plain flour. Rub together with your fingertips. Add a pinch of salt, 3 tablespoons of water, and mix into a dough. Leave it to chill in the fridge while you chop and boil a cup of broccoli. Dice 1/2 pepper and a small red onion, and fry it off on the hob. Roll out your chilled pastry into a greased pie dish and cook for 20 minutes. Once your vegetables are cooked through, crack 5 eggs into a bowl, add 1/4 cup of milk, season and whisk. Mix in all your vegetables and a good handful of cheese. Pour the mixture into the pie dish and cook for 40 minutes, or until golden on top. Absolutely delicious and perfect for lunches.
Come, guess me this riddle. What beats pipe and fiddle? What's hotter than mustard and milder than cream? What best wets your whistle? What's clearer than crystal? Sweeter than honey and stronger than steam. What can make the dumb talk? What can make the lame walk? What's the elixir of life and philosopher's stone? And what helped Mr. Brunel to dig the Thames Tunnel? Sure wasn't it whiskey from old Inishowen? So stick to the crater, the best thing in nature for sinking your sorrows and raising your joys. And boys, I'd half wonder if lightning and thunder was made from the plunder of whiskey, me boys.
This Panettone bread and butter is absolutely delicious. Mine has chocolate chips, but you can use any type. First, cut it into slices, and then butter each side. Grease a baking dish, and then arrange all the slices into the dish. Heat up 350 milliliters of milk with 50 milliliters of cream. In a bowl, crack 2 eggs, 20 grams of sugar, and whisk. Slowly whisk in the hot milk and cream, and pour all over the bread. Mix some cinnamon and sugar together, and sprinkle it all over the bread and butter pudding. Bake it for 45 minutes at 180 degrees, and serve with ice cream, cream, or custard.
Let's make raspberry lemon cakes. Start with half a cup of softened butter and a cup of white sugar. Cream until fluffy, then add in 2 eggs. Mix in a 1/4 cup of plain Greek yogurt, the zest of 1 lemon, and 2 tablespoons of fresh lemon juice. In a separate bowl, combine a cup of flour, half a teaspoon of baking powder, 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda, and half a teaspoon of salt. Then fold into your wet batter and add half a cup of chopped raspberries, butter, and flour your pan and bake at 325 for 25 minutes. Once done, let cool, and if you'd like, you can make some icing to drizzle over the top. For the icing, I used a cup of powdered sugar, a tablespoon of water, and 3 tablespoons of lemon juice. And that's it. Enjoy!
Here's how to make foraged wild garlic pasta. First, I picked some wild garlic which is currently in season, and I chopped around 30 grams worth. I then mixed it with 1 egg and 1 egg yolk. I gave it a blitz with a food processor until mostly combined. Separately, I weighed out 150 grams of plain flour. I then mixed it in with the egg and the garlic to create a dough, which I kneaded for at least 5 minutes, before putting it in the pasta maker a few times to make it thin enough. I'm going to have a go at making sweet potato ravioli. So I boiled a sweet potato on the hob while cutting out my ravioli squares. I then drained the sweet potato and added salt and pepper, some herbs, and I mashed in some butter. I placed a small amount on the pasta before egg washing the sides and sticking another piece of pasta on top. I boiled them for 5 minutes and served them with a sage and cream sauce.